Idaho Quakes, magnitude 3.9, 3.8, 3.0, and more. Quake swarms are continuing. We're going to take a look at the 3.9 to find out if it did shake Yellowstone Supervolcano. This is the area from the west coast up to Wyoming. This is the area of the ash cloud. And we have daily earthquakes, of course, in Yellowstone, which is one of the world's biggest supervolcanoes, the second largest from what they say. Let's take a look at the maps. Okay, here we are at the 3.9, and these are just the earthquakes that are above 2.5 magnitude. The 3.9, 10 kilometers depth, that's about 6 miles down. 3.8, and these are all today's volcano earthquakes. 3.0, and we know that there's magma under there. There's a magma plume, mantle plume, that feeds into Yellowstone. And this is the area that we're talking about. As we said before in the previous earthquake having to do with the Long Valley caldera, which we had seen that we had a few days ago on the 5 magnitude that we had the 30th of June. Very big, right next to Long Valley caldera supervolcano. The mantle plume comes from Baja California, and it goes into the west under San Andreas Fault and Walker Lane Fault System, and to the east it goes up the Snake River. It goes up to Utah, Salt Lake City, feeds Yellowstone Supervolcano, and then turns west into Idaho. And this is what we're looking at now, this quake swarm here. And if we go to the loading all past week, so you can see the activity here. Take a few seconds. There we go. You can see that these past earthquakes of the past week are all along the fault line, feeding that imaginary 7. That's a mantle plume shape. Now we're talking about 3.9. This is the shake map, the intensity, USGS intensity, and they unfortunately stop it here at this block. And this is the craters of the moon volcanic area. You can see that beautiful pristine lava flow is still there, very nicely seen. And this is the shape of the Yellowstone Lake. That's Yellowstone Lake. That's Hebgen Lake, that inverted Z. That's Yellowstone Lake. With the fault lines, that's Hebgen Lake. And if you extrapolate the lines of the intensity, you could see that it must have shaken Yellowstone. This is the west coast, of course, and I would venture to say it could have also shaken Bend, Oregon. Where's Oregon? Bend. It could have even shaken Bend, Oregon. Anyway, going back to the aerial, this is the area that we had that was shaken by it was awoken by the 6.5 magnitude earthquake out of nowhere that we had the night of March 31st to April 1st. And these earthquakes are ongoing since then. 3.8, the other one is 3.9. Okay, let's go to this one. That's okay. And you can see they're right on top of each other. 3.8. Again, let's go to the 3.8 shake map and the intensity and see what's happening with that. And our tectonics. The population today is not coming up for some reason. And there's not that many people living out there. But again, it's not only the 3.8 that shook, but also this is the 3.9 here. This is the 3.8, 3.9, basically the same, but more intense for the 3.9. And if you extrapolate the lines, obviously, Yellowstone must have shaken. And this is what the geologists have told us. Mike Poland of the Yellowstone Volcano Observatory did explain that these Idaho quakes would have had most probably shown a change in the hydrothermal system of Yellowstone, the plumbing, the geysers, for example, the fumaroles and the mud pots. We do have all mud pots here as well. The geysers may have seen an increase in activity or change in activity from the Idaho earthquakes. And again, this is being fed by the mantle plume from Baja California, right down here. This way into Yellowstone and then turning west into Idaho. All this is magma underneath. And pulling out, we'll see that the west coast is, it looks to me like it's, besides Alaska, it's the most active earthquake zone. Look at that. The past, okay, we don't have Canada here, but we do have a lot of quakes in Canada and northwest and east coast. But the west coast seems to be the most active earthquake zone in the world. As you can see, the subduction zone is there, the ring of fire. So all of you there, please be very careful, especially in California. Thank you for your support. God bless you. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.